I'm Jimmy James. You're watching Catch It Live First. Tonight we have got for you the Miami GP race live watch-along. Let's see how it goes. I'm not looking at much hope apart from a Max Verstappen win, but know that you guys in the chat are going to make this watchable. So come on, let's go for it. Let's hope we don't get a... I don't know who that is. Oh, Camilla Cabello. Never heard of her. Let's hope we don't get a copyright strike for a bit of intro music, but come on, let's get up for this race. Good old Uncle Buck, John Candy, rest in peace, no longer with us. We need something to liven this race up, and I've got a feeling it's going to be the chat rather than the action on track. But it's been a great day. 4 hours in the hot tub full of champagne, brandy from Spain. What's not to like about a bank holiday weekend and a Formula One race from Miami with you guys in the chat. Don't forget to give us a like, hit the share button, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell so you can keep abreast of what we've got coming up. Horse racing, football, Champions League semi-finals, maybe a little bit of snooker. That beat a bit of Uncle Buck. Why don't you have a rap? Gnaw that thing off your face. Right, we have got the guys on the formation lap. If Max Verstappen gets into the first corner first and clean, then it's going to be a Max Verstappen shooting off in the distance, and who's going to be second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. You get the kind of drift. Very different from MotoGP, but come on, let's give it a go. Get some comments in the chat. It's a chat that's going to make the race bearable, I've got a feeling. Temperatures are quite warm in Miami, as you would expect. It's a chat that's going to make the race bearable, I've got a feeling. Everything's good with the volumes. We have got no excuses. Everything's looking good. If that was our formation lap, what a formation lap that was. Let's get the markets open as well. Let's see what the Japanese are doing with the yen against the dollar. Still on the formation lap. They're on the grid. The cars at the rear are finally taken to the grid positions. We've got 4 lights on. We've got 5 lights on. We're off in the Miami Grand Prix Great start by Max Verstappen. Into corner one, first of all. Perez has gone to the car park and lost 2 positions. I think that's pretty much going to be the race over. Sadly to say, I think we need a bit of Uncle Buck back on. TP, have a great stream, Jimmy. Thanks for the commentary. You're more than welcome, TP. Thanks for being in the chat. It looks like everybody's got through turn 1, 2, 3, 4. So Max Verstappen's in P1. If you are watching this expecting some excitement, tell me where it's going to come from, because I don't see it. Certainly not for the winners anyway. Ocon's having a bit of a race with his teammate. Apologies for the cough. TP, I know I'm great too. Hee. Great afternoon for a bank holiday weekend. Uncle Buck. I'd love to play more Uncle Buck, but we'll get copyrighted, and we'll probably get copyrighted and told off with a bit of a music at the intro. Lewis Hamilton's looking at taking on Hulkenberg. Nah, Hulkenberg's still in front. Sonoda's now having a look at Hamilton. The only thing that will make this race any more bearable now, DRS is enabled. The only thing that will make this race more bearable will be another glass of champagne. I've had a great afternoon in the hot tub, soaking my painful back with a few German beers, followed by a few ciders, then a little bit of champagne and some Spanish brandy. What a great day. All soaked up with a lovely roast dinner. A roast chicken dinner. Can't beat that, can you? Just for those that are really interested in this, first place is Max Verstappen. He's leading from Charles Leclerc by 1.6 seconds. Piastri's in third, Sainz in fourth, Perez in fifth, Norris sixth, Hulkenberg seventh, Hamilton eighth, Tsunoda ninth, and George Russell in 10th. I can keep going on from there, but let's be honest, nobody's interested. What was once a great sport is now just it's just a business that's been kind of ruined. It's too corporate. TP, hey Shampers, you can't beat a roast. Spit. Whatever floats your boat, TP. Whatever floats your boat. What have you got to lose? They're all going to, especially in America, if you're watching this Grand Prix, make the most of it. It's probably going to be the last one you're going to see for a few years. After we've got a summer of rage coming. Probably going to start throwing nukes about. We'll all be looking if we're here this time next year, so enjoy yourselves, folks. Enjoy yourselves. If you put a few extra pounds on, don't worry about it. Embrace it. Embrace the wait and the happiness before it all goes to rat shit. But we're not here for that. We're here to talk about the Miami Grand Prix. Max Verstappen, P1. Charles Leclerc, P2. Oscar Piastri, P3. Carlos Sainz, P4. Perez in 5th. Norris 6th. Hulkenberg 7th. Hamilton 8th. Tsunoda 9th. Russell's topping out the top 10. TP, I'm floating. I hope you are. I hope you've had a great day. And tomorrow's a bank holiday. So we've got to do it all again. Fantastic. We've got some Champions League football coming up next week, semi-final, second leg. Hopefully we've got a guest presenter. Let us know in the chat. Are you enjoying this race at the minute? Is it exciting you? I doubt that very much. Very little happened at the start apart from Perez running wide. It's going to be pretty much Max Verstappen driving off into the distance. We'll probably get a safety car, which will bring everybody else back together. Then Max Verstappen will shoot off again into the distance. Piastri's having a look on the inside of Charles Leclerc. Gets the move done. It's probably for a big flat spot on his tyre. But he's in second. What a great race. We've got Piastri now making the overtake on Leclerc. And Sainz is probably going to have a look at overtaking his teammate. Although that'll be gentle, gentle, gentle. TP, hell yes, all again. I reckon so, TP. What's not to like about sitting in a hot tub in the sun, drinking copious amounts of alcohol, followed by a beautiful roast chicken dinner? Let us know in the chat. There's 4 viewers. We've had 7 views up to now. If you genuinely think that this is going to be a live stream of action, then you obviously don't know how YouTube works. That it gets took down straight away for copyright. But we have got a watch along. So try and find a live stream somewhere, then come back to this channel and have a chat. Because that's going to make it pass a lot quicker and a lot better than just watching these cars go line astern, lap after lap after lap. They really need to do something about Formula One to liven it up again. Get it like MotoGP. Ideally, Moto 3. That'd be ace. Plenty of overtaking action, but overtakes are few and far between. And you know it's poor when you've got to have a DRS system so you can overtake the car in front rather than driver skill. Just showing a replay of the start. Everybody got off at the same pace. Perez nearly tagged the back of his teammate, but got away with it. And that's the excitement done for another however many laps until they go into the pits. We've got an onboard with Perez now. They're saying Perez has got a false start, so he's jumped the start, has he? If that's noted. There it is, that's his race done with anyway. Let's be honest, he's not going to challenge for a podium. Sainz is complaining on his radio. What was that? It should be a penalty. Nearly took us out. Understood, we are reporting. Yeah. Just get on with the racing. Ocon and Gasly were having a bit of wheel bashing at the start. That soon sorted itself out. There will be nothing else interesting now for laps. It'll just be line astern with the odd little skirmish for the lower places that nobody's really interested about, but they'll follow it just because it looks like the racing's good. At the front, Verstappen's in P1, 2.2 seconds already after 7 laps in front of Piastri. Sainz is saying he thinks he has the pace. Well, you wouldn't be saying that because you're stuck behind your teammate Leclerc, but they're not going to tell Leclerc to get out your way. If you're fast enough, go and get him. You've got DRS. It's so frustrating watching the F1 now. It used to be such a good spectacle of raw racing. Now it's Nothing of the sort. It's more about a corporate event as opposed to a racing event. I mean, who's gonna put it to Verstappen? Let me know in the chat. It's all right just watching it, but let us know in the chat what needs putting right with Formula One because it is broken. It is absolutely broken. 12 views. Let us know where you're watching from. What country are you watching from? And how can they improve it? Because it needs improving. Hamilton, I nearly just had a big crash there. Well, you didn't. You got through. Start trying to move up. I'm sure they have a word with the drivers before the start and send us some spicy radio messages through so we can put it out to make it sound more exciting. In a minute, Verstappen will be saying, losing a little bit of grip from the rear. And then the commentators will be saying, oh, he's losing grip from the rears. The McLarens and the Ferraris are looking good. Could he need to do an extra pit stop? Could he? Could he? Could he? We know he won't. We know that Verstappen, unless he has a mechanical breakdown, he's won this race already. And we're all sat watching it. So frustrating. They'll be showing us let's have a look at that. There's a good race going on between Russell Hamilton. That's about it. Then you look a bit farther down. You've got you've got a bit of tussling going on further down the field where nobody's bothered. At the sharp end where we need it to be getting a bit tasty, there just is nothing. Everybody's quite happy to come in behind Verstappen in second or third, and that's it. If you think I'm wrong, let me know why. But come on, 9 laps gone, and Verstappen's got a 3 second lead. It's just like watching cars drive around a race circuit. Very impressive the speeds they can go. Very impressive the corner speed they can take. Very impressive how late they can brake. But the racing itself, what's good about it? It's an absolute yawn fest. I mean, what is there to talk about now? Hamilton's trying to have another go at Hulkenberg. That's for 7th place, by the way. In a minute, they'll have to back off because their engines are overheating, or the tyres are getting too hot, or they're losing downforce, or anyone interested? Top 10. Verstappen, Piastri, Leclerc, Sainz, Perez in 5th. Norris, Hulkenberg, Hamilton, Russell, Sonoda. That's your top 10. And if you're interested below that, why? But that will be in 11th is Stroll, followed by Gasly, Alonso, Albon, Ocon, Sargent, Zhou Guan Yu, Bottas, Magnussen, and in 20th place is Danny Rick. Don't know what's going on there with Danny Rick. I know he's on the hard tyre as is Magnussen, but so's Hamilton. Everyone else is on the medium. Oh, Bottas is on the soft. He's currently in 18th. But the top 12 are all on the medium tyre, apart from Hamilton, who's in 8th at the minute. But Hamilton's just taken over Hulkenberg, so he's now in 7th. You know what we need? We definitely need something to liven this race up. It's got to be a bit of would be good to put Uncle Buck in one of these cars. John Candy, rest in peace, me old mate. We need something to liven this racing up because this is shocking. Lap 11 of 57. Verstappen's in the lead by almost 3 seconds. If you're just watching this and you're not interested in commenting in this chat, then I don't know what to. We need something to pass the time. There's moments of excitement and they're few and far between, let's be honest. Oh. George Russell's having a go at Hulkenberg now. This is for battle for 8th. Max Verstappen's in the lead by 2.8 seconds from Oscar Piastri. Leclerc is in 3rd, a further half a second behind Piastri. We've got Sainz in 4th, Perez in 5th, Norris in 6th, Hamilton 7th, Hulkenberg 8th, Russell 9th, Tsunoda in 10th. Let me know who you're thinking, who you're supporting. Don't let me know who you think's going to win. Don't insult us all. Come on. Who's really going to have the bottle to put in the chat that you think Max Verstappen's going to win? That's the definition of cheat. You don't have to be the Oracle from the Matrix or Mystic Meg to know who the winner's going to be. Leclerc's been told it's plan B. I'd love to know what plan A was. And lap 12 at 57. Is anyone actually getting excited about this? Russell's just taken Hulkenberg for 9th position. Couple of cars coming in for a pit stop. That'll be Gasly and Hulkenberg. Has anyone put a bet on them two to win, or were you expecting anything from them? Hulkenberg's stock was 3.2, Gasly's was 2.5. We need something like this or this. We need a marshal on the track or something running away from cars or something exciting. It won't be the racing. Lap 13 of 57. Get your comments in the chat. Don't forget to hit the like button, give us a share, subscribe, hit the notifications bell so you can see what we've got coming up. Won't always be Formula One, it'll be something much more interesting like horse racing or football. Cricket season will be starting soon as well. We've got plenty of exciting stuff coming up. Science, are we going to try something in front or? And his pit crew are saying we're looking into it. Perez and Norris are having a bit of a race. That's for fifth position, currently held by Perez. Norris is trying to put him under pressure. Is Perez just rubbish? To be so far behind in that Red Bull. Consistently, by the way. Is that Charles Leclerc coming in for a pit stop? Is anyone bothered? Must be great for the drivers. What a lifestyle! All the money, all the travel, all the fame, all the birds, all the blokes. He'd be that way inclined. Let's be honest with the fans, it's not exactly a smorgasbord of racing, is it? Do 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 do. That chat is not lighting up. And if you're watching this and you're not putting anything in chat to pass the time, shame on you. Don't be shy. You can ask anything. It can be about the racing, what you're thinking. You can ask any questions you want to ask. Just past the boredom of watching cars go round and round and round and round and round and round. We're on lap 15 of 57. Doing the sprint race was torture. Doing 57 laps of this is going to be, let's just call it incredibly tedious. No doubt they'll try and get a safety car out at the first opportunity just to bring the field back together and try and put Max Verstappen under a little bit of pressure, but it won't happen. The organic racing experience you will not find in Formula One. It's just a corporate event, that's all it is. Let's be honest, if you've got to have DRS so you can do an overtake and make it more exciting, you've got an issue with the sport. If the slipstream's not good enough, maybe you're not a good enough driver or the cars aren't capable of overtaking. Splitting the rear wing to give yourself more pace is it's a bit like hitting a midget in it when you're holding him at arm's length and kicking him in the bollocks. No, the chat's quiet. I think that sums everything up. Max Verstappen's in first position. 3.1 seconds in front. We've had 17 laps. Currently, the fastest lap is Charles Leclerc. A yawn fest it is. 18 views. It's not viewing and just clicking off. Get into the chat. Let us know what you're thinking. Lando Norris is looking at overtaking Perez for 5th position. Perez is like 8-9 seconds behind his teammate. Oh, bit of excitement now. Perez has come into the pits, put a new set of boots on. Absolute yawn fest. Perez has come out of the pits after changing boots. He's in 10th place now behind Ocon. I mean, race week in and out. This is just always the same. There's no characters in the sport now. Sounds like I'm just bashing it, but it's absolute garbage. Absolute garbage, this. It's just a procession of expensive race cars with very little racing at the front. A few squabbles further down for the minor positions, but I mean, how do you make this exciting? I suppose if you have a bet on it, what are you going to bet on? Is there a safety car, yeah or no? I suppose you can have a bet without Max Verstappen. $20 views, one person in the chat. Come on. Let us know what you're thinking. If you're watching this, you must need something to pass the time. If you're watching this thinking it was going to be the actual race, how dim are you? Like YouTube are going to let the actual race be on YouTube. Could be watching the snooker now. 23 views. Twenty-three views and the chat is dead. Everybody must be enthralled watching this. "21 laps gone. Max Verstappen's in the lead by 3.7 seconds. Oscar Piastri in second. Carlos Sainz in third. Lando Norris in fourth. Hamilton's in fifth. Leclerc's in sixth. Russell seventh. Tsunoda eighth. Ninth is Perez. Ocon's in 10th. And if this is exciting TV, if this is exciting sport, I've got a game of Tiddlywinks for you can watch. Leclerc's just taken Hamilton. So there is some good news. Can't abide that clown Hamilton. Oh, there's a bollard on the track. Maybe we'll need a safety car. Or maybe we'll need what's it called when everybody's got to slow down? A virtual safety car. Verstappen, yeah, I hit the corner in 15. Check the front wing. It won't matter if you have a front wing or not, mate. You're still going to win this race. Verstappen's hit the bollard. Then it was stuck in the back of his car. It's come clear, though. Oh, it's in the middle of the track. How are you going to need to do something serious here to make it a race? Hmm. 22 laps gone of 57. That's 35 more laps to go. Anybody interested in who's got the fastest lap so far? Charles Leclerc. Oh, we've got a virtual safety car. The cone has blown onto the racing line. It's not, it's blown to the edge of the track. Anything to make it more exciting. Oh, we've got a marshal on the track now picking it up. Picking something else up. Is that going to trigger pit stops? Yeah, look, a few of them have come in. Nothing that's going to, change the lead or anything like that. If you're quite young, talking in your 30s and younger, I do have some sympathy for you because you've missed what used to be Formula One used to be a great racing spectacle. No, not so much. No, Verstappen's coming in for a pit stop. DRS has been re-enabled. Great pit stop by Verstappen. He lost 2.2 seconds stationary. So Piastri is now in the lead, followed by Sainz, followed by Norris. Verstappen's exiting pit lane, comes out in fourth position on the hard tyre. He'll just run that till the end now, won't he? And that's him pretty much nailed on for the win, unless there's a mechanical failure. "25 views. Very little happening in the chat. You can't be that enthralled with this racing. Join the community. Get your comments in the chat. Is it a good race? Is it a bad race? Is Formula One finished? Because this is absolute dog shite. And it's the same every week, unless you get Verstappen, who has a mechanical or something happens, and then it's like, somebody else might win. But let's be honest, the championship is toast. It's Verstappen's. New fastest lap for Norris. Russell's been told box box. So he'll be coming in for a fresh set of tyres from the mediums that he was on. I mean, in fairness, if you're a Max Verstappen fan or you're a massive Red Bull fan, this is manna from heaven for you. But it's the same every week. Every time they race. 25 laps gone. Piastri's in P1, Sainz in P2, Norris in P3. All have got to stop. Verstappen's in P4 on the hard tyre, having already stopped. I mean, we're watching racing that's taking place in P14, and Perez has just took Danny Rick for P900. Absolute dog shite of a spectacle. George Russell's just overtaken Ocon for 11th place. Hamilton's moaning he can't see the curb now in the chicane. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the share button, give us a like, make a comment, hit the notifications bell so you can find out what sports we've got coming up that we're going to follow. Hamilton's coming to the pits to get rid of his hard tyre. "25 views, nothing going on in the chat. It's not that enthralling. The racing, that is. The chat would be much more exciting." Sainz is coming in for a pit stop from second. Sainz is in the pits. Bring back refueling or something like that. Something that's going to make it completely different. Piastri's in the pits as well. Piastri's made his way out of the pits in front of Sainz. No changes there. It'll probably stay like that to the end of the race. Verstappen struggling for grip. He locked up there, he's saying. Don't worry about it, mate. You'll still be finishing in P1 with a lead of about 3 days. Logan Sargent's had a crash with looks like it's Magnussen, is it? That's for 19th and 20th if anyone's interested. There's a safety car come out. Just itching to get a safety car to bring the racing closer together and make it more exciting. Logan Sargent's had a crash. He's come over the radio. I'm okay. Excellent. So will Lando Norris, who's currently in P1, be able to get in for a pit stop and get out before anybody overtakes him so he can stay there? I doubt it. Currently, we've got a full safety car. Perez has come in for a pit stop. Norris is in first. Verstappen's in second. "26 views." Oh, we're going to see the crash. Magnussen's an absolute tool. He's a liability, Magnussen. Now they're debating if Magnussen was alongside. Obviously, he wasn't. I blame the commentators for a lot of it. Stop trying to make it sound exciting. We're arguing over 18th, over 19th and 20th place anyway. So Norris has pitted now. He's come out in front. So Bert Mylander in the safety car has now picked up Max Verstappen, who's right behind him. The problem for Mylander is Norris, who officially is in P1, is going to have to go through the whole field unless he's going to slow down and let the safety car take him. But I don't know if that's in the rules. But if Norris goes from the back of the field and picks everybody up, he'll be putting a lap on them. We can't have that. So the safety car is going to have to overtake Lando Norris and let him slot in behind so he's in first place and everybody's still on the same lap. Otherwise, Norris is going to have to lap everybody. So everybody's going past the safety car now. So we're going to have Norris in first. This is after everyone's had a pit stop, so it'll be Norris in first. Verstappen second. Won't take him long to see Norris off, will it? Let's be honest. At least we've got a little bit of excitement of the overtake that's going to have to happen of Verstappen taking Norris. 27 views, nothing going on in the chat. If you come to the channel expecting to see it live or watch the action live, why? It's a live watch along. You know, we can all have a chat in, you know, a discussion in the chat about it, but that'd be more exciting than watching the action, that's for sure. "28 views. Nothing going on in the chat really. Magnussen and Sargent incident collision under investigation. Don't bother. No one else is. If you're enjoying this, let me know. Drop a message in the chat. Personally, can't wait for it to end. Kevin Magnussen's got a 10-second time penalty. No shock for Magnussen, is it? He's currently in 19th position anyway. So the safety car's now picked up Norris. So we've got in first position Norris. second, Max Verstappen. That's going to change pretty quick, innit? Or if you think not, let me know in the chat and let me know why. Once this safety car goes in, how many laps is it going to take Max Verstappen to get the better of Lando Norris and pull off into the distance? I'm going with 2 laps. You know what we need? The safety car's ending. We need a bit of 'Bit of Uncle Buck while we're waiting for the safety car to end. Beyond best. Hopefully we'll get copyrighted and shut down for this race because this is absolute torture. We've had 32 laps of nothing out of 57. Safety car's ending. Here we go. How long? I said 2 laps. It'll be lucky if it's 2 corners the way that Verstappen's pushing Norris now. He's done well there, in fairness to him, Norris holding Verstappen off, but try and defend against the DRS, the artificial overtake device. You finding it exciting? Let me know in the chat. Let me know who you think's going to win. If you think Max Verstappen, don't bother putting it in chat. I think we all think that. Currently on lap 33, Norris in first, Verstappen in second, he's 1.1 second behind. Leclerc in third, Piastri fourth, Sainz fifth, Perez in sixth, Sonoda seventh, Hamilton eighth, Russell in ninth, Ocon in 10th. Do you want to go all the way through the field? Let's do it. Alonso 11th, Gasly 12th, Albon 13th, Zhou Guan Yu in 14th, Hulkenberg 15th. He's just taken Danny Rick, who's in 16th, Stroll's in 17th, Bottas 18th, Magnussen 19th with a 10-second penalty, which I think he's taking. Sargent's out. Exciting stuff. That's what's called sarcasm. Sainz and Piastri having a bit of a battle for 4th place. Norris is still out in front by 1.3 seconds. He's doing better than I thought, actually, holding Verstappen at bay, but let's be honest, Max will nail him soon. Sainz is mourning, he pushed me off. Just had a message from my cousin. She's gone over on her ankle at Oulton Park racetrack. Ended up in hospital. She's done her ankle in. Just looking at the photos, looks quite nasty. That's more exciting than this race. Hope she has a speedy recovery. Lap 36. Signs is mourning that they need to be telling the McLaren of Piastri to let him through because he didn't leave him enough room and he went off the track. If that's the only way you can overtake through whinging, then we've got real issues, as we know. Currently, Norris is in P1, almost 2 seconds in front of Verstappen. Verstappen is just playing and making it look exciting, and come on. We all know he's going to nail him before the end. Let us know in the chat why you're still watching. Let us know in the chat who you think's going to win. Let us know in the chat what you've had for your tea. If you want to know what I've had for my tea, I've already told you, which was a chicken dinner. No further investigation between Piastri and Sainz, forcing another driver off the track. 20 laps to go. Let's hope they're quick laps. Sorry, I'm not that bored, but it's getting that way, innit? Verstappen's 2.2 seconds behind. They've just informed Sainz no further investigation. He says it's incredible. Tell you what else is incredible: the dullness of F1. Lap 38. Out of 57. Lando Norris in first place. Max Verstappen in second. 2.4 seconds behind. Then we've got Leclerc in third. Oscar Piastri in fourth. Carlos Sainz in fifth. Perez in sixth. Hamilton seventh. Tsunoda eighth. Russell ninth. Ocon 10th. If you're interested, 11th is Alonso. 12th is Gasly. 13th Albon. That's not a bad performance. Shocking in qualifying. Zhou Guan Yu in 14th. Hulkenberg 15th. 16th is Danny Rick. 17th is Stroll. Bottas 18th. Magnussen in 19th after having a 10-second penalty. And Logan Sargent in 20th position is out of the race. Verstappen's on the radio. I can't get the car to turn. It's a disaster. Oh my God. That means you won't be winning this race then, Verstappen. I think he will. Just call me psychic or something like that. I can feel the need for. Oh, I'll have to do this more often. Sainz has just took Piastri. And Piastri just come back and took him again, but run off track. That's it, done for another 5 laps now. Good old Uncle Buck. It's the music. It's bringing the excitement to the drivers and the race. That's your lot for now. Nothing going on in chat. Everybody must be enthralled in the race. Piastri's lost 2 places in one corner. That's for 6th and 7th place at the front. Norris is pulling away. Max Verstappen's 3.2 seconds behind. Oh my God, it looks like he could be about to lose a race. Or do you think he might just pull it back? And even if, and it's a big if, Norris finishes in P1 with Verstappen in P2, he still extends his lead at the top of the championship because Perez, who's in second, is in 5th at the minute. So excuse me if I don't have an orgasm. Sounds like I'm really down on F1, and I am. Because what was a great spectacle and great racing years ago is now just a yawn fest. You know, we've got MotoGP, Moto3, even Moto2. They put F1 to shame. Let us know in the chat what your thoughts are. Let us know if you think Norris is going to win. Norris has put the fastest lap in. Lap 42 of 57. Lando Norris P1. Max Verstappen P2. 3.5 seconds behind. But Max is, this is all on merit with Norris in the front. There's no, it's not like he's got to do an extra pit stop. They're both pretty even, Steven, both on the hard tyre. Hamilton's saying, if you've got any power, give it to me. He's 3/4 of a second behind Perez. "33 views. Chat's like a graveyard. The racing ain't that good. Get your comments in there. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Share the links. Give us a like. Hit the notifications bell. Find out what's coming on next for Catch It Live First. I'm Jimmy James. Thanks for joining me. Yeah, Verstappen's 3.6 seconds behind Norris. I wonder when he's going to start making the move. I wonder if he's going to do the overtake on the last lap to enthrall the American crowd and get the hero worship. Piastri's just put the fastest lap in now. He's currently in 19th. We got a fresh set of mediums. We're currently watching a battle that's not even really a battle for 13 and 14th between Albon and Zhou Guan Yu. Verstappen's almost 4 seconds behind now on Lando Norris. Lap 44 of 57. I'll give it another lap or so and then Verstappen will start making his forward move. I'll be absolutely shocked, flabbergasted, amazed if Verstappen does not win this race. Let us know in the chat. Don't be shy. What are you thinking? Norris going to pull this off, or is Verstappen going to claw him back? 13 laps to go and a 4 second deficit to the front. That's easily doable for Verstappen, isn't it? You're just trying to make it exciting for the fans. I'm convinced of it. All right, Henry, what are you thinking? I'm not surprised you're going to sleep. That's my little Jack Russell, Henry. He's nodding off. I don't blame him. Watched a good battle with Stroll taking Danny Rick for 15th place. 36 views. Let us know in the chat what you think's going to happen here. Verstappen's now 4.5 seconds behind. Let us know in the chat. Have you got a bank holiday tomorrow where you're living? We have in the UK. Hopefully the weather's going to be quite nice. How long is it going to be before Max Verstappen puts a hammer down and closes that gap to Norris and takes him on the last lap? You heard it here first. Lap 46 of 57. Norris is in first. Verstappen in second, 4.8 behind. Watch that gap start coming down now. Let us know in the chat if you think Norris is going to be able to hang on here. Personally, I don't see it. I wouldn't be putting my mortgage on that, that's for sure. Verstappen will put a great show on for the American fans. His tyres will miraculously turn themselves on with 6, 7 laps to go, and he'll pull back at a second a lap and do Norris on the last lap. There's always going to be drama, aren't there? Maybe I'm just being cynical and Norris is going to win, but this dog don't hunt when it comes to expecting there to be a proper, genuine, true race in the F1. Alonso and Ocon are having a bit of a set to for 9th place. 10 laps to go. So that'll be about, what, 15 minutes of racing, 14 minutes. Come on, hurry up. Currently 20 past 10 over here in the UK. Bedtime. Alonso's taken Ocon. Looks like there's a good crowd in the US. Lap 49 of 57. Norris is in the lead quite easily now from Verstappen. Verstappen's 5.4 behind. Anyone excited watching this? Let us know in the chat. 39 views. Current viewers 4. Say hello in the chat. Let us know. Is Lando gonna hold the race lead? 7 laps to go. 5.8 seconds in the lead. It's looking pretty good for Lando now. But even if Max finishes second, he still increases his lead in the championship, with Perez being down in 5th. I still think Max is going to do him. He's going to start pumping in this lap times 1.5 seconds quicker and do him on the last lap. Just for the drama. 41 views. Let us know where you are. Let us know if you think Norris is going to hang on. Who's that just walked in? Oh, boring. I wish they'd shut the stream down. Lap 52 of 57, not long to go now. Norris in first, Verstappen in second, 5 point, I call it 6 seconds behind. Does he have pace in him to go 1.5, 2 seconds a lap quicker than Norris? I get the feeling he has. So it can be one of the greatest race comebacks of all time. What better place to do it than the good old US of A, where you'll get all of the plaudits and all of the attention? And maybe I'm just being cynical. Get some news about Ten Hag from Man United. Lap 53 of 57. Lando Norris in P1. Max Verstappen P2, 6.4 seconds behind. Looks like his car didn't like them hard tyres after all. Don't be coming in the chat now with 3 laps to go saying, I thought Lando Norris was going to win this. Yeah, do you think we'll get a safety car now? Is it in the stars? Is it pre-planned? That's a conspiracy for you, isn't it? Just short of 2 laps to go. Looks like Norris has got this one in the bag, so I'll take my hat off to him. I thought it was going to be a Max Verstappen drive off into the distance kind of thing. Could well have been, but for a timely safety car for Norris. But you make your own luck in this game, as they say. Verstappen won't be that bothered, though. He's increased his lead in the championship with Perez being in 5th. Let's do the top 10. Norris P1, Verstappen 2nd, Leclerc 3rd, Sainz in 4th, Perez in 5th, Hamilton 6th, Tsunoda 7th, Russell 8th, Alonso 9th, Ocon in 10th, Carry on all the way, haven't we? Hulkenberg in 11th. 12th is Gasly. 13th, Stroll. 14th, Zhou Guan Yu. 15th, Piastri. Currently with the fastest lap, so he won't get anything for that because he's outside the top 10. Danny Ricks in 16th. Bottas 17th. Magnussen 18th. And Albon 19th after running wide a couple of laps ago. Logan Sargent out after being T-boned by, you'll never guess, I think it was Magnussen. Absolute liability, that guy. He needs to start getting some penalty points, I think. But well done to Lando Norris. Looks like you put a good shift in today, mate. Had a bit of luck with the safety car, but you've made the most of it. Lap 56 of 57. He's got a 7-point lead at the front now, Norris, so that's pretty much nailed on. But considering that Verstappen's not won, it's not exactly been an exciting race, has it? Unless you put a bet on Norris, in which case you'll be highly delighted and praying that he doesn't have a mechanical on the last lap, which is coming up any second now. McLaren fans in the crowd are happy. Lisa, a musician, don't know who that is, going to be waving the checkered flag. Final lap. Norris has got a good lead now, 7.5 seconds. I take it back. My predictions were wrong. I thought Verstappen was going to sail off into the distance. But it didn't happen. And Norris has drove an absolute blinder. So if you're a Lando Norris fan, you're having a great day. If you're a McLaren fan, you're having a great day. If you're a Max Verstappen fan, you're still having a great day. Increased his lead at the top of the championship. He'll be crossing the line shortly. Do a quick run through the top 10. Norris in first, Verstappen second, Leclerc third, Sainz fourth, Perez fifth, Hamilton sixth, Tsunoda seventh, Russell eighth, Alonso ninth, Ocon in 10th. Hulkenberg's in 11th, but 1.1 seconds behind, so I don't think that's going to change. And Norris has crossed the line to win the Miami Grand Prix. Great drive from the young lad. He'll be made up with that, and so he should be. Max Verstappen second, Charles Leclerc third. Zach Brown's going ballistic with happiness, that is, on the pit wall. And why wouldn't you? What a great win for McLaren. Not the most exciting racing at the front, was it? But it never is. And I think the most exciting thing about this speed has been the appearance of Uncle Buck at random times. Right. That's it. We have covered the race. I promised I would do it. 47 views. Chat's dead. I thought the chat would have been teeming with comments just to pass the time. The racing's not that exciting that you just want to watch it or listen to me. Use the chat. That's what it's there for. That'll do me. I'm Jimmy James. You've been watching Catch It Live First. Don't forget, hit subscribe, give us a like, give us a thumbs up. Most importantly, hit the notifications bell so you can keep abreast of what sports we've got coming up. It's normally on a daily basis, could be anything from horse racing to football, cricket season starting, greyhound racing. We'll have MotoGP coming up, which is much more exciting than the Formula One. We'll have World Superbikes, we'll have British Superbikes. We will have all sorts coming up. We've got football midweek, which is the Champions League semi-finals. We'll have a great weekend of Premiership football. That's coming up. So tomorrow night we've got Man United, so we might do that. There'll be a watch along with Goldbridge, though, won't there? Obviously, because it's Man U. But so we might not do it. I might watch Goldbridge instead. But we'll see. Keep your eyes out on the notifications bell to see what's coming up. Thanks for joining me. I'm Jimmy James. You're welcome, and I will see you soon.